Welcome to another episode of InfoScope. I'm your host, Hannah Kim. We are back once again with some of the latest Korean and international news from the IT and science sectors. Let's first take a look at some of today's stories. Korean researchers have developed a new mining technology that can find deposits of gold without the use of drills, which usually costs a lot and can be quite inefficient. We'll have more on this in just a moment. But in other news, have you ever wondered what a person would look like generations ago, way back in time, maybe ancient Egypt? Well, researchers were able to reconstruct features of a person who has been dead for 2,000 years. Let's find out more about this and other stories right now on Briefing Scope. An ancient female Egyptian mummy's face was reconstructed with the help of technology. Researchers from Australia's Melbourne University utilized CT scanning and 3D printing to reconstruct the face. They plan to analyze chemicals in the mummy and decipher her cause of death and find clues to the diets and lives of ancient Egyptians. Korean researchers have developed a way to find mineral reserves as deep as 300 meters below surface by sending currents underground. Using this technology, they hid over 200,000 tons of gold worth about $27 million. This technology is expected to provide Korea an edge in the mineral resources market. Murex extract is found to be effective in treating heart attacks. Injecting the extract into a mouse reduced hardening fibrosis in the heart by 60% and restored heart functions. Researchers plan to conduct additional studies and work on developing a new drug. The Korean Intellectual Property Office and the World Intellectual Property Organization have supported the development of 113 projects in 50 developing countries since 2004. Their activities were showcased at an event in August demonstrating Korea's transformation from an aid receiver to a donor. And those were some quick highlights on Briefing Scope, but moving on. Did you know the average depth of the Earth's ocean is about 4,000 meters? As many of you may already know, at a certain point, the water temperature drops below 0 degrees Celsius and there's practically no visible light. With that said, we'll take a look at some of the unique species that could survive in such extreme conditions. Now, I'm sure many of you have experienced sleep paralysis in the past. During this transitional state of sleep, many people have shared that they cannot move, although they may still be somewhat awake or alert. And many have even said that they had episodes of hallucination. It's really scary when you think about it, but today we're going to bring you the science behind this. Here are some more details coming up in the next part of our show, Industry Inside.
This university graduate is under a lot of stress searching for a job. At night, he can't sleep well due to sleep paralysis.
최근에는 심하면 일주일에 한 번, 보통은 3, 4주에 한 번 이렇게 눌리는 것 같아요.
Sleep paralysis refers to a temporary state of paralysis during the transition from sleep to wakefulness. It prevents the body from acting out the dreams.
그래서 꿈을 꿀 때는 아주 과격한 운동을 할 수도 있고 심지어 꿈 내용대로 움직일 수 있기 때문에 보호색을 동물이 띠는 것처럼 꿈수면 단계에서는 운동 마비를 시켜서
When REM sleep is interrupted and you wake up, you do not immediately gain control of your muscles, resulting in a temporary state of paralysis. You are unable to make a sound and sometimes experience hallucinations.
가위 눌림은 이제 꿈을 꿀 때 일어나는 현상이기 때문에 꿈이라는 게 이제 여러 가지 형태로 나타나겠죠. 그러다 보니까 꿈에서 보았던 또 꿈에서 들었던 그런 내용들이 환청과 환각으로 일으킬 수가 있는 거죠.
Sleep paralysis occurs due to extreme fatigue, stress, or sleep deprivation. Watching horror movies is also another factor. Experts recommend getting a regular amount of sleep every day and looking for ways to reduce stress. Transparent and sleek fish. Sea cucumber with what looks like antlers on the end, and white sea anemone with long tendrils. They are all found 5,000 meters below sea level off the southeastern coast of Hawaii. This tiny octopus is another deep-sea resident near the coast of California. Its big eyes provide sight in the dark deep sea. Seabed exploration submarines are discovering a wide diversity of deep-sea life.
1제곱킬로미터 정도를 탐사를 하면은 새로운 종이 하나씩 더 이제 발견돼요.
The ocean covers 370 million square kilometers of the Earth's surface. Subsequently, there may be about 300 million unique species living in the deep sea. The number of newly confirmed species is minuscule, but researchers are studying them closely and working on how they might have evolved.
그 해양생물 자원이 제약이라든지 아니면 의약, 그러니까 인간에게 필요한 이런 물질들을 개발하기 위한 재료죠. 환경 변화와 또 생물들의 적응 관련된 그런 연구를 할 수가 있습니다.
The deepest part of the ocean in the world measures about 11,000 meters. Currently, humans can only go down to 7,000 meters. However, as nations compete with one another to dive deeper, the mysteries of the deep seas will float to the surface one by one. This is the Pedersen Glacier in Alaska. This black and white picture taken in the summer of 1917 shows the abundance of ice. The next photo was taken at the same spot in 2005. Warmer temperatures have helped grow grass, but have melted most of the glacier, leaving some ice only on the top of the mountain. This is Lake Pupo, Bolivia's second largest lake. It's located 3,700 meters above sea level in the Andes Mountains, and it has constantly dried up and refilled itself. However, as the glaciers in the Andes Mountains melted, the lake dried up for good early this year. This is the Balbina Dam located in Brazil. Following its construction in 1984 in a tropical rainforest, adjacent forests were flooded and about 3,500 islands of various sizes have appeared. Many creatures have become either endangered or extinct. Human activities have also changed cities. Seen from the International Space Station, Milan has a severe level of light pollution that's been worsening over the past 3 years. However, there are cases where man and nature coexist. This is the Topaz Solar Farm in California, the world's second largest photovoltaic power station. Some 9 million solar panels make up the plant, which provides electricity to around 160,000 households nearby. Humans destroy nature, but also use and preserve it. Our actions, big and small, are changing the Earth's ecosystem.
Although certain technologies may bring us convenience, is it worth the cost of nature? I'll let you think about that one, but we have more stories in the next segment. Until now, the process of making plastic from crude oil required heating in high temperatures, and it emits large amounts of carbon dioxide. Fortunately, researchers have found a way to make plastic more efficiently. We'll give you more information on this process in just a bit. But in the field of medicine, cancer patients may be treated with different methods of therapy, but there are also numerous side effects like hair loss, fatigue, and vomiting. However, one newly developed method has the potential to reduce such side effects as it uses substances naturally formed in the body. It sounds confusing, but this next video on Tech a Peek should help you understand it better. Take a look.
Bilirubin in our body triggers jaundice. Exposing bilirubin to light will break the substance down. Korean researchers have used this feature to create a medication delivery system that uses bilirubin to deliver anti-cancer medication. The researchers reduced bilirubin to the nanoscale and loaded it with the medication doxorubicin. Bilirubin is injected into cancerous areas and exposed to light. This breaks down bilirubin, releasing the medication. In this case, the medication attacks only cancer cells, eliminating side effects while boosting the effectiveness of the treatment.
암 치료 시 빛을 암 조직에만 선택적으로 쪼여서 약물이 암 조직에서만 방출이 되도록 설계를 했기 때문에 정상 조직에서 일어나는 항암제의 부작용을 최소화할 수 있다는 장점을 가지고 있습니다.
In an experiment with lab mice afflicted by lung cancer, using bilirubin to deliver the medication cut down cancer cells 3 times more than injecting just the medication. Another advantage of using bilirubin is that since it's naturally produced in the human body, there are no toxicity issues. Should this method pass clinical trials, a more effective treatment may become available for cancer patients. The research and its results were published in the scientific journal Ankebante Kemi. Most of the plastic we use in our daily lives is derived from crude oil. Through a process called fractional distillation, oil is separated by molecular size. As part of this process, oil needs to be heated at high temperatures. In fact, 15% of all energy produced globally is used just for heating oil. This is also why the costs of daily goods go up. Now, a U.S. team of researchers led by a Korean scientist has developed a technique for extracting a chemical building block called paraxylene at room temperature. Paraxylene is used to make synthetic fiber in plastic bottles. The researchers created a membrane with hollow polymer fibers and made even smaller pores on the surface. When oil goes through the fibers, paraxylene molecules slip out of these extremely tiny holes. This sieving process allows for the extraction of paraxylene at room temperature with a small amount of pressure.
기존 기술보다 10배 넘는 분리 효율을 가지며 특히 에너지는 20에서 30배 저감할 수 있습니다. 단순히 석유화학물 분리를 좀 더 효율적으로 함으로써 전 세계적으로는 전기발전소 20개 분의 에너지를 아낄 수 있습니다.
The membrane can be mass-produced easily, and different sizes for pores can extract different molecules. The research and its results were published in the academic journal Science. Aspirin is a common treatment for fevers and headaches, and it is also used for treating heart diseases and cancer. Additional uses were discovered after aspirin was first made. Last year, a group of researchers from the U.S. found that medications for treating arthritis can be used to treat hair loss. In 2014, researchers looked into using blood pressure drugs to treat diabetes.
We have previously shown that verapamil can prevent diabetes in mice and even reverse diabetes, avert diabetes, suggesting that it may have beneficial effects in humans as well.
Korean researchers are looking into using sputum solvent for post-traumatic stress disorder. Recently, many researchers are focusing on finding additional uses of current drugs. Such research is more affordable as the medicine has already undergone safety tests.
기존의 약제 이미 시판돼서 오랜 동안 임상에서 쓰이고 있는 약제들은 위험성이나 그런 것들이 많이 해결돼 있는 상태이기 때문에 새로운 기능을 다시 찾는다면 그 안정성이 확보되기 때문에 그 개발 단계나 개발에 드는 비용들을 굉장히 많이 줄일 수가 있어요.
Moreover, with the latest advances in science and technology, it is now easier to look for new features of the currently existing medications.
While developing new medicine is important, finding new uses to currently existing ones is also a form of development. And you never know, there may be other secrets hiding in the medicine we take on a regular basis. And maybe these medicines can be used to treat other diseases in the future. Now, this marks the end of today's show. I hope that we brought you a lot of interesting and informative news. Remember that we will be back next week with even more from IT and science. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Goodbye.